Throughout this season, we've seen other guys step up offensively. Ryan, last week it was his night, tonight it was kind of your night. How does that really dictate this offense, considering it's not just one guy who's every single week has to be that focal point?
Yeah, everyone in that room, especially on O, we kind of brought back basically the same group and added Hogger to the mix, and we've had some great chemistry building from last year to this year, and we just have faith in everybody in that O room, and yeah, we just rely on each other, and whoever's got the hot stick can be different guys every night, and that's what makes us so dangerous. So kind of just whoever's got the hot stick, we kind of keep feeding them.
In this offense throughout the year, there were times where the opposition would go on a 4-0 run and you'd kind of be out of it for the rest of the game. But I feel like over the last 2 losses, you've responded really well to those. So how frustrating can that be, knowing it's a step in the right direction, but it's still not where you want it to be?
We've kind of answered the bell a little bit better the past couple games, but we're still trying to nip those runs before they even get to 4 or 5. So kind of something we keep working on is kind of what now, what's next, and not kind of focus on what's in the past, just kind of keep answering the bell and kind of focus on what we can control and try and end those runs before they get to 3-4 goals, just to kind of get the momentum back on our side.
What's the dynamic of a really hard loss like this and then having to recoup less than a week later to play them again?
Yeah, it's actually kind of losing like that. It's kind of a heartbreaker, but that's the blessing of the sport. We got to get to go at it again next week, and it's against the same opponent, which is something that doesn't really happen too much. But yeah, we're gonna kind of watch the film, get better. We need to get better, and kind of take that into next week and try and answer the ball next week.
One of the things for Halifax is they like to play a physical game. Obviously, you felt that a little bit tonight, being the big guy on that lefty side. Just talk me through what it was like tonight, trying to keep that emotion balanced as you went through the game, and then how you plan to take what you just got from 60 minutes into next week.
Yeah, they're a big group. They got a great defense over there, and that's kind of something that I kind of pride myself on, as being the physical guy and kind of getting other guys open, getting myself open, and I thought we did a pretty good job of that this week or this tonight, and hopefully we can take that into next week. Obviously, there's stuff we can do better. There's always opportunities to learn, opportunities to grow and get better. So we're gonna watch the film and build on those for next week.
I mean, talked about how this whole offense is selfless, right? But I think the definition of that is Ryan Lanchberry. I mean, every week it's how many assists can he get, right? Just how awesome is it to have a righty on the opposite side of the floor that can complete a pass to you almost anywhere as long as you can see him.
Yeah. He's a amazing feeder. Whenever your kind of stick is, if you're half open, he's gonna find that lane to you. And we've been blessed to have him here for 2 years now, and I think the chemistry is still growing with this group. And yeah, he's an amazing feeder, and I'm lucky to have him kind of looking across the floor to me, Fieldsy, Hogger, their Turner. He finds us open all the time, so it's awesome.
For you, this is my first time talking to you this season. Just with that summer of coaching now in the box game, did that do anything for your game coming?
Yeah, for sure. I think coaching with Ryland and Dan Coates, they're 2 of our leaders that back there on the DN. So I think I've learned a lot about defense as well, which has kind of helped me offensively and kind of learning how defenses play at this level, and growing my game to understand that they don't play defense like they do in junior here. They're bigger, they're stronger, they're faster, and they do different nuances. So I think I've learned that from them, and it's helped me grow as an offensive player for sure.
Looking at you guys in the back half of the game, noticed a little bit that you guys were able to at least create some more openings towards the crease, kind of spread the defense out a little bit more. Where first half you guys were at least relying more on the perimeter. What did you kind of, did Coach Hazen kind of go over with you guys, especially going into this game, to how to be able to create at least those openings to get towards the crease, especially facing the defense that is very known for being aggressive and physical?
Yeah, that's ourselves on is kind of getting through the middle and getting through the wash, we like to call it. So getting on that floor hard and getting through the middle, that's something we take pride on. That's something we install day one is into our minds, is we need to get through the middle, and we need to get to the middle to be successful. And there's kind of a lull there in the first quarter maybe that we got away from that, and we're kind of letting them dictate. And then kind of as the game went on, we got back to our style of play, getting through the middle and kind of dictating the play of how we wanted to play. And that's what we need to do to be successful, and hopefully we can continue that next week.
How do you meet their physicality next week? It felt like there were times tonight where they out-physicaled.
Yeah, for sure. Big defense. They've got some big guys back there, and kind of we got to, like I said, we got to kind of try and dictate the play as much as we can. Obviously, they're going to have great D shifts where they kind of dictate it to us, but we can't get frustrated. Like I said, we got to move on to what's next and kind of keep coming in waves, and eventually, hopefully, it breaks and breaks our way.
One thing else, because towards like the first part of the fourth quarter, seemed like guys kind of just losing a little bit of energy. They got that run going. Saw it before. I remember the one Bandits game here, and completely different story. Now you guys really got into it. I mean, what did you feel like from that game and to now has kind of like changed for at least you guys to kind of stay in it? I mean, not feel like just to give up and just to kind of keep pushing.
Yeah, I think that Bandits game, we definitely had a chat in the room about our energy on the bench. I think we kind of felt that we kind of took a lull there on the bench, and that kind of took us almost out of the game. And I think we've focused on keeping that energy up on the bench, and I'm going to keep going back to what's next and kind of keep that energy high and control what we can control, which is the next play. So just keep that energy high, and kind of that keeps us in the game and keeps us going.
Despite being, was there a specific moment where you guys felt that you were able to play the style of what you wanted to play?
I think it kind of ended at the end of that first quarter. We started to get going a little bit. I think kind of early in the game we were okay, and then kind of that 10-minute to 5-minute mark there in the first quarter, we felt like we didn't play our best offensively. We kind of let them take it to us, and we kind of had a talk there at the TV timeout under 5, and we said we got to get back to what we did last week that made us so successful, and I think that kind of really got us going and got us going for the rest of the game.